Welcome to the Candidate Experience Talks, a 15-minute deep dive where we explore real-life candidate experience tactics through honest talks with experts in recruitment and talent acquisition. With me, Sima Werner-Sankel, let's go! In this episode, Tommy describes himself as a raging tech recruiter who got tired of organizations spending money on search and paying for job ads instead of spending money on their own talent acquisition function. His dog days are now over as he founded Talent Journey, a talent attraction and tech recruitment consultancy firm aiming to leverage candidate experience, diversity, and inclusion for the tech industry. Today, he'll tell you how he helped some of the most successful tech brands from being unattractive employers to being the most attractive. Hey, Tommy, and welcome to the Candidate Experience Talks podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for having you. And the first question I wanted to ask you is, talking to you, you're often referring to talent attraction. Talent attraction. Can you please explain? Because I know you think that talent attraction is very important.
Yes. So basically, to summarize it, it's the ability to have the desired talent turn to you instead of you chasing them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how can one achieve that?
That's a number of things that you need to do, and it's especially a combination of efforts that has to do with talent acquisition function, with marketing, and preferably also with leadership. You have pretty much have to decide to be more proactive with your talent attraction and talent acquisition to begin with. The counterpart being like someone quits, let's start up a process to find a new person for that vacancy. This is more from the e-commerce kind of side, that you want to establish a relationship with potential fans, spread awareness about your employer brand, not to everyone, but to the customer base / candidate base that you actually want to attract to your company in the long run.
Yeah, but sorry for interrupting here, but I mean, talent attraction, you're working with tech recruiting. It's like King, Voyado, NetEnt, Fall Damage. Aren't those like super sexy? Aren't candidates striving to work there?
Yes, a lot of them do. You mentioned a couple of our clients there, and they are a bit on different paths when it comes to the attraction maturity. Voyado, as you mentioned, they have a lot of publicity now. Didn't have as much when we started working with them, and working in different locations. That is not only Stockholm, but Norrköping and Åre has different challenges. King, definitely, they pretty much have the opposite challenge, like how to attract the right talent, because a lot of people are interested, as with Spotify, working with King. And I mean, if you get thousands and thousands of applicants, how do you target the most relevant ones, or the ones that will be the best culture enablers and the most technical sorted kind of talents that you need for your project at the moment?
Okay. Yeah, so let's get back to talent attraction, just so I understand. Talent attraction is the process of having candidates striving to work with you. Can you have any like examples?
Okay, so for instance, we all know search, right? That's the magical word that all of the clients use. Like, our pipelines are empty, or we can't find this superhuman that really doesn't exist often enough. You have to do the search, right? But that's again a very reactive way. To have a recruitment funnel, or to even start the recruitment process, or to have a look at the candidate experience in the recruitment process, you have to start with having someone in the pipeline for that even to be relevant. And we do that by a number of initiatives and projects that ranges from checking out the SEO on the career site to work with copy in ads and on online channels and postings, to establish together with the client, like, what is your actual target group? Everyone isn't a target group. That you're not going to hire everyone. Who exactly are you trying to hire, and who would you like to have in your company long term? And it boils down to like organic traffic, paid traffic. What channels do you want to use to reach that exact target group? Um, um, what needs do you have short term? Maybe you are going to that you need interns in the upcoming falls. In the upcoming fall, that will be a completely different medium, perhaps, than you would.
But sorry for interrupting. But isn't search a better thing then? If when you need the people, you just go out and search for them.
That is a complement of what we're already doing. Search will always be important, but as of now, it's pretty much always the only solution that a client sees when you don't fill up your pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So instead, you want to build relationships. It's not enough just to connect with candidates or put out an ad and telling them that we are hiring at the moment. You need to build a relationship with your fans, great fans, over time. That will convert over time, because you are going to hire pretty much all the time if you're a growing company. Instead of the constant start, stop that comes with you reacting to when someone quits their job and you need to fill that vacancy.
So talent attraction both helps with like in the search phase as well, as I understand it, because you will find more people if they know about your brand, if they did hear about you before, if they've been happy with any other contact they've been in with you. Is that
Definitely. We are a huge fan of using different social channels, and obviously LinkedIn is the major one, but we also use a lot of communities, like people are active in Facebook groups that are related to very niche kind of jobs, like in gaming. But no one is pretty much active, at least in Sweden, in LinkedIn groups. So different mediums, different approach. And yes, as you said, once you build awareness, kind of again depends on the company's current situation and maturity in this. That will be a factor for you when we call someone that is semi-cold or that we do search. But we also know who our fans are. The ones that start following us, the ones that start interacting with us, the ones that start commenting us. That's like a very good starting point, and I would hardly call that search. I mean, that's semi-warm leads, as you would have mentioned that in an e-commerce world.
Yeah, that's kind of starting a separate discussion with someone, and then maybe bringing in the search in that phase when they're okay. That's why you're talking about semi-cold or not cold or being a bit warm and a bit aware of the company and everything. Okay, so
Definitely.
because before we started chatting, you and I thought like, well, the tech recruiting is the most sexy part you can be in. But I can understand that there are also challenges in there, and you've also said that you take pride in delivering a cutting edge candidate experience, and of course I really love that. But what would you recommend companies that want to help their recruiters to take pride and having a cutting edge candidate experience?
First of all, that's like a constant online gaming bashing recruiters about this subject. Like a lot of people believe that it's to the individual recruiter that are pretty much bad at what they do. And sure, sometimes or a lot of time that might be the case. But the truth is, you might hear a lot from like leadership from different kind of companies that we take care of our people, we have this and this values, it's really, humans are really important to us, blah blah blah. But that's more when people have already started. If you then turn to the same company and have a look, like 400 or 500 employees, how many can we have on talent acquisition or people slash HR? I get one or two. Then you barely have the time just to survive doing the things that is necessary to even get the jobs out. let alone like do anything proactive or creative with the attraction phase. You're just basically surviving and doing chores. So that's one. People and HR/TA need still in 2021 need a better position inside the company to leverage growth together with leadership.
Do I understand you correctly? Are you saying that people in recruiting are working too operational and not too in a strategic way?
Yes. And again, often enough, it's not necessarily their fault. It could be a culture thing. It could be also be an investment thing. But attraction is like the last couple of years that we have received clients that actually want to pay us for that side, not just as a sidekick to regular tech recruitment. And it's showing real promise. It could be, we can have targets like increasing traffic to our social channels where we post jobs, or we can have metrics that says we want to convert X amount of people on our web career page. It could also be used, and it should be used, for diversity and inclusion. The tech industry still suffers a lot from having a lot of dudes in most positions. But with social campaigns, with online campaigns, you can actually choose to direct your message to a specific target group. Then why not target female developers, for instance? So recommendations, sure. The recruiters need the room and pretty much investments to be able to do anything. Otherwise, their hands are pretty much tied. But then you start from the beginning, basically. Do you have an EVP? Do you have an established employer brand? Do people live the culture? Yes or no? If they have that, we are super happy. Then we have something to use in our communication towards the desired target group. If not, we sometimes help companies bring these things up. We are not a pure employer branding company, but we start with the staff, basically. That's where the truth comes from, and uses their information and their experience of the culture and transform that into communication towards the talent market.
So you're talking about EVP, you're talking about employer brand. That is very important when it comes to search, when it comes to talent attraction as well. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, it is. Perhaps not. You don't have to have a full-on EVP and a lot of buzzwords. The most important thing is that you're able to get from the company what their actual culture belief, what their actual soul is, right? So that is what you put out towards the talent market, because again, not everyone is going to be relevant. Often enough, we like to separate candidates by skill. You shouldn't. You pretty much should separate them on their culture belief. Is this the place for you or not? That is where we're going to start, and that's where we start our communication.
Yeah, but is this the place for you or not? I mean, isn't that putting a lot on the recruiter? How can you show that? How can you show the culture? How can you show if this is the place for the candidate?
Definitely, I agree. And in best case scenario, we are able to collaborate with the marketing division. But again, it's 2021, and it's super rare that companies let us collaborate with marketing, because marketing, that do pretty much all the external communication, should focus solely on their product that the company is selling or providing. So very often, we at Talent Journey get that hat as well, that we have to provide the content and we have to provide the updates and so forth on social channels, which is super fun. But we would really like this, at least support from marketing.
I know that they, like the recruiters, they're just expected to have so many skills, copywriting, sometimes areas further away from recruiting as well, and everything. So I'm going to wrap this up with 3 quick questions, Tommy. So what's your favorite HR tool?
At the moment, I have to say Google Analytics.
What's your favorite HR metric?
Time to initial response.
Okay, and your favorite book/content on talent acquisition and candidate experience?
Maybe HR as a whole, AI HR, and it's Erik van Wulpen who runs that, a Dutch guy that is super skilled at what he does.
Great. Thanks for this chat, Tommy. It was a pleasure having you, and keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. It's always fun speaking with you. Take care, man.
Yeah, thanks. Have a nice day. Bye. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, join our Candidate Experience Talks community on LinkedIn, where we share exclusive guest content, discussions, and full video episodes of the show. Search for Candidate Experience Talks on LinkedIn and you'll find the community. Don't forget to subscribe in your podcast app. Until next time, take care and turn those candidates into promoters.